Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawashai, Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawashai, Ka'alamna Hawa, Ba'ashem Yahshai, Ba'ashem Kakudash, and also the honor to the pastors, the elder bishops, and the elders grand Milton who rule well, and also shalom, to sincere I came out there pushing truth in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, and Ba'ashem Kakudash. All right. And I'm back here getting a quick lesson. This lesson message is going into this right here. Inside Alligator Alcatraz, Trump is new immigration detention center. All right. And this right here, man, it's not just going to be a immigration detention center. All right. Even our people who are of American citizen, they're gonna winding up, and they're even the men of Yahweh Shem Yahshua maybe, but they're gonna be protected. The men of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But for you wicked people, 2/3 of our people, you're not going to be, man. All right, just keep in straight, keep in straight row. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into all right, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. The thing that have been, it is there that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there's no new thing under the sun. So basically, all right, what you see Trump doing is nothing new, because what I did is I asked ChatGPT. I says ancient Rome use of animals in punishment, right? It says deminatio and bestias, condemnation to the beasts. All right. Who? Criminals, slaves, enemies of the state, early Christians. Did you catch that? So that happened to our people. Okay. All right. That happened to our people, the true believers. Also, the ones who kept basically I'm gonna say the ones who are keeping the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right. Esau has always had a way to punish them. Okay, you can read the three holy children in the book of Daniel. All right, they didn't bow down to, basically they didn't worship. I believe that was during the you know what? I'm gonna have to do these. It's like it's just something I gotta get. I don't want to just butcher it. Prayer of Azrael, right? Let me see. I'll get to the point of it, right? I think that's the one. Tripping. Okay. It's the Bell and the Dragon. I'm tripping. Okay, so this is Saki. This right here is to do with Daniel. And you can go ahead and read about this right here. All right, you can read about this right here. This was another way of the heathens had prepared punishment, okay, towards Daniel, but this didn't go too well, and these people here got put to death, okay, by the lion, I believe. Okay, this was to do with the lions, when Daniel was still in the den, the den of the lions. Like, let me see. Just bear with me, please. Bear with me. I want to get the point of it. Okay. Mm. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it like this. All right, this is the book of Daniel 6 and 7, and other president. It says, and other presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes and the counselors and the captains have concerted together to establish a royal statute, to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or any or Saki or man for 30 days, save the king, shall be cast the into the den of lions, right? So that was a punishment back then if you didn't, if you be caught worshiping, other gods, and then you happen to be caught worshiping the God Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So what had happened is he got cast in there. Let's jump to verse 12. Then they came there and spake before the king concerning the king's decrees. Has thou now signed has thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save or thee or king, shall be cast into the den of lions? The king answered and said, the thing is true according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. So that was the law that was set up. If you be cold, all right, no, giving reverence to, what this the Medes and Persians had set up, all right, which is their system, and their gods. You be cast into the den of lions, right? And guess what? In this time we're living in, it's gonna winding up being turned into that, man. To where if you don't bow down to that, to the image of the beast, the system of this beast, all right, they're gonna take you to what you see Trump right here is talking about. Okay, these different detention center, that right there is one of the first. There's going to be more, man. All right, let's jump to verse 16. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy power whom thou servest continually will deliver thee, right? And guess what? He did deliver him. You know what? Let's go there, man. In verse 17, and a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed with his own signet with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Then the king went into his palace and passed the night fasting, neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. Then the king arose early. Then the king arose very, very early in the morning and went in haste unto the den of lions. He, running over there, rushing over there, trying to see, okay, if the power, the God of Daniel, really forsaken Daniel, and just to see, okay, what's gonna happen to this righteous man. Right, and when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living power, is thy power whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Right? So he really, at this point, is mocking, talking crazy, right? Oh, is your power, your worship going to be able to deliver you? Has he delivered? He's shouting. Verse 21, then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My power hath sent his angel and have shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocence was found in me. And also before thee, O king, O king, have I thou not heard? So he didn't do nothing. What he did was righteous, because he chose not to worship what was set up by the Medes and Persians. He worshipped the true power, and the true power showed up. Then verse 23, then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no man of her was found upon him, because he believed in his power. That's one example on how, the other nations, hit that type of system where the man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will be cast into those situations. That's number one right there. Another one was the three brothers that were cast into the fire. That's another one. And then another one I'm going to get is the book of Maccabee, the seven brothers. Okay, fairness. Golly, am I spelling now? Maccabee 7. This book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, and verse Maccabees chapter 7, verse 20. Then maybe 25. When the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son. But she bowed herself toward him, laughing the cruel threatening scorn, spake in her country language on his manner in Hebrew, O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee such 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee upon this age, and endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee, my son, look up on the heaven and earth, and all that is therein, and consider that Yahweh Hashem Yeshua made him of all things that we know. So was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor, but being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death, that I might receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren in regeneration. Them 7 brothers, and they either back here or they in spiritual war, resting up, ready to receive the ready to receive their crown, man. And this woman too, okay, she's a righteous woman. While she was yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait for? It's like, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment, but I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses. And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh. So Trump, you're not going to escape the hands of Yahweh by Hashem Yahshua, because you basically about to do the same thing that Anti-Epiphany did. Okay? Because you about to come against the true man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Let's be honest here. Let's be real to one another, okay? History is about to repeat itself. That's why when I started listening, I went to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 9, okay? Let me go back over there real quick, read there, and just jump quick. Verse 10, it says, is there anything that way it might be said, see, this is anew, it have been already of all time, which were before us. And see? So, hey, everything that we see happening right now is a new thing. Okay? It's a new thing in our time, but it has already taken places a long time ago. Okay? All right. Let's go from there. Ezekiel 33 and verse 33 says, and when this cometh to pass, Lord, it will come, then should they know that a prophet have been among them. So these things I was speaking about is about to happen. And you're going to know there was prophets here that prophesied, that went into the history and showed you that these things happened a long time ago. And history is going to repeat itself. And this is what we are doing right now. Okay? That Esau is about to come down with that great wrath that you read in the book of Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Okay? 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse from roughly from 69 going downwards, or 68, how these devils going to come down or go, he's going to come down, he's going to come, it's going to be like a madman sparing on. And it's going to go after those that fear the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that keep the testament, man. And they're going to be taken into these, like he's calling it, detention centers. Okay, like I said, this right here, Alligator Alcatraz is one of them. There's going to be more, man. There was another one, another prison that was opened up over there in El Salvador. You brothers are forgetting about that. That was the first area of prisoners that, Trump, they were talking about. So over there, we know, you can go on fucking YouTube, look up the most of the toughest prisoners. El Salvador's got a few of them, Okay? And now over there in Florida, there's going to be more, man. But anyway, this is verse 31 again. And thou that has been the author of the all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, for we suffer because of our sins. So this is the reason why we're going to suffer, go through certain things. But guess what? We're going to be all right. And though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastening and correction, yet shall he be one again with his servants. But thou, O godless man, and all of the other most wicked, be not lift up without a cause, nor puff up with a certain hopes. Lift up thy hand against the servants of Yahweh, for thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty, who seeth all things. All right, so no matter what, man. Okay, so basically, we're going to go through our things that we're going to go face and be tried, but we're not going to, bow and down and give in. No, we're going to understand the reason why we're going through these things is for this purpose, and also being tried. Yahushua was tried. Did he give up? Nope. Our forefathers were tried. Did they give up? Nope. So we're going to be in our spirit. That's why Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6 is going to come to play, man. And also understanding that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem, shall control sides. Lord willing, tomorrow when I go on the highway and byways, I can go more deep into this, And just, I had to do this lesson so I can have it in my mind. And I just been going through so much of here. Just got back from the fucking hospital. No, I wasn't there, but I had to go pick up my woman and all that. There was a few situations, but hey, I said, I got to do this lesson. So I know it's down, and I have this lesson, memory in my head for tomorrow, so I don't wake up or feeling like a piece of shit, So let's go from there, right? So this right here is a way that Esau's gonna be coming against our people, yeah? And I'm showing you this is nothing new. And I'm gonna show you what ChatGPT says.
Alcatraz, which is very appropriate because I looked outside and that's not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon.
You hear that?
It's known as Alligator Alcatraz, which is very appropriate.
Basically, that's very appropriate for a human being to be put over there. And who's that human being? Jake.
Because I looked outside and that's not a place I want to go hiking anytime.
It says it's not a place that he will want to go hiking anytime soon.
Is Alligator Alcatraz a joke that's gotten out of hand? Donald Trump's been in Florida touring the site of his newest immigration detention center surrounded by alligators. The opposition ranges from people upset about the environment through to concerns about concentration camps in America.
The FEMA camps, remember that? Right.
But right now, according to reports, immigration detention centers in the United States are overcrowded at 140% capacity. What is the president doing? Let's start though with where this immigration detention center actually is. In the US state of Florida, about 50 miles or 80 kilometers west of Miami, is the Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport. In the 1960s, it was planned to be the world's biggest airport with 6 runways. They only ever built one though, and it ended up being used for a while as a training airport. Why? Well, in part because it's surrounded by swampland, an area some US media reports say is teeming with pythons and alligators, which it turns out delights the White House. In the last 8 days, the state of Florida, led by Governor Ron DeSantis and the Federal Department of Homeland Security, have built a detention centre capable of holding 5,000 detainees. With 200 security cameras, 28,000 feet or 8,500 metres of barbed wire, plus...
That's a fucking FEMA camp. That's a fucking FEMA camp. And that's where they're going to throw, you Jakes, and then also some of our brothers, man, who believe in this truth, they're going to be, taken over there for trial. Okay, real quick, let's get this here. Revelation chapter 2 and verse 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. And, be thrown in his FEMA camps and seeing what's over there in his, surrounded by these fear camps. Yeah, you're going to see certain things on how Esau eventually, because what they're going to do is over there, they're going to feed you to the alligators, man. To the alligators, like LDS Rumble was going into with the lesson he did. He's right. They show you in the movies, okay, you break certain things, you don't comply, and they just take you and throw you over there into, and feed you to those animals, man. And that's what Esau's going to be doing. So it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So one of those things that Esau's going to try to throw in front of you is you being taken out by alligators or whatever animals they got over there. And, don't fear none of those things, man, because you read about Daniel being delivered, the 3 brothers or the 7 brothers, nah. Okay, and the list goes on, man. Faith is going to be needed. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, FEMA camp, that you might be tried. Okay, should be, tried, man. Going through difficult times. And you shall have tribulation 10 days. So, these 10 days right here, it represents completion. You're just going to be going through it. Whatever completion there's, you're going to be in there for. But it says, be thou faithful. But you're going to be faithful unto death, and I'll give the crown of life. You understand? That's what's going to happen. You're going to be faithful unto death. And the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem is going to show up. But when you give in and be faint-hearted and just can't do no more, you bow down, you through. Because eventually, Esau's going to throw you over there, you're going to get eaten up. And it's going to be a slow death, all right? Revelation 12 and 10, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. And that's how you're going to overcome this devil. And by the word of their testimony, okay, standing straight up, okay, with the strength, representing Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, okay, for his words. And they love not their lives unto death. So eventually it's going to come to that. You're not going to love your lives unto death. Okay, do what you're supposed to do. Serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in fear and trembling, Sirach 4 and 28, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. You got to strive for this truth unto death, and Yahweh Hashem is going to fight for you, brothers. And I'm talking to myself too. This is something that we should build up one another, all right?
400 security personnel backed up by Mother Nature. Those alligators.
The snakes are fast, but alligators are big. We're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape.
Yeah, this is a punishment Esau's really bringing in, man. Okay, let's go from there and show you that this is nothing new. It says ancient Rome use of animals in a punishment, diminution or bestious condemnation to the beast. It's like I gotta sneeze. It says who criminals, slaves, enemies of the state, early Christians. We are enemies of state and also are true believers, Hamashakins, the ones who believe in Yahushua. It says how thrown into arena, colosseum, to be killed by wild animals like lions, right? Tigers, bears, elephants. Sometimes used to crush for, it's like, trample. And this is what Esau's doing today. Nothing new under the sun. Purpose, public entertainment, execution. You see? It's happening again, Akim. Don't be fucking, Esau's so cool, man. What the fuck is wrong with Esau today? Nah, he's been doing this shit. But when a punishment for parasite killing one's parent, what offender sewn into a sack with a dog, a serpent, a rooster, or ape. Then the sack was thrown into a river. Symbolic chaos. Each animal represents something wild and unnatural, just like the crime. You see? Ancient Greek used animals. That's common by someone. Right, so the Romans did that. Okay, and it shows you right here. Lion. So the Rome used lions, tigers, bears, elephants, purpose, execution, spectacle, meaning like sport. All right, and then Rome again, Poena, Casulia, dog, snake, rooster, monkey, punishment for parasite. Greece, rare cases, snake, insects, possibility, symbolic or mythical punishment. But and then when you read about the Greeks, you see, like Antioch Epiphanes, what he was doing, man. And there's probably more that will give you, but this is what I had here, for the lesson, for the purpose of the lesson. But it shows you, man, there's nothing new under the sun. So this devil is about to repeat himself, okay? Literally, he's about to repeat the same thing that he's been doing in ancient times. He's about to do it again. All right, nothing new under the sun. Okay, and I'm trying to think if I had another priest that I've forgotten, but for now, man, I'm just keep it like that. And tomorrow, Lord willing, all right, hey, if the spirits upon me to touch on this, I'll go into it. All right. So with that, man, hey, Akim, Shalom. And remember, man, this is nothing new under the sun. This is something that happened before. When you go back during slavery, guess what? What was Esau doing with the slaves? Throwing them into the ocean, getting in by sharks. Also, the babies were used as what's the name, man? Bait for alligators. Come on, man. Get it together, as a Akim. Don't be surprised. But for you 2/3 of our people, man, yeah, you don't know what the fuck is going on. You're going to be caught by surprise, man. All right, you commit because one thing is you're going to commit a crime. Again, let's read here one more time. It says, it says, criminals. So eventually, is getting tired of Jake. That hatred he got towards Jake. So if you're a criminal, you're going to be sent over there. Because remember, Esau wants what? He wants peace and safety. He don't want no fucking criminals in his land, in his so-called land, or in his so-called system. As the way they do in China is what they're going to do in America. You're a criminal, guess what? You're going to be taken over there. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm speaking how Esau's going to work. And they show you this shit in the movies, man. If I ask ChatGPT movies that portray that, they're going to show you certain movies, man. So with that, man, hey, Shalom Akim. Yahabashin Shan Brakatam. And let me see and play this video one more time.
Prison. How to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%.
The White House is really leaning in. The official X account for the White House posting this clearly doctored or AI image of the president with...
See? It says, Alligator Alcatraz, make America safe again. Peace. For that peace and safety, no criminal is going to be safe. Keep doing what you're doing, you idiot. You fucking idiots. You jacks out there just committing crime on crime. Man, again, I said I was down, but no. Let me get last precept and slack it, man. Because this is hot. It's beautiful. First Peter chapter 4, and I get to the point of it. And verse 12, beloved, think not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you as though some strange thing happened unto you. But rejoice in as much as you partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, you might be glad also with exceeding joy. If you be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit for the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you. And their part is evil spoken of, but on their part is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matter. In the AMP, verse 15 is a key point. Make sure that none of you suffer as a murderer. You know how Jack get down, man. Be killing one another for no reason. Or a thief, right? Stealing a sheep. Or any sort of a criminal in response to persecution. You see? And that's what's coming. So you brothers out there, man, stay away from now. Any type of trouble. You see? Let yourself suffer for you doing the right thing, which is doing the work, believing in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh Hashem is not going to forsake you for that. This is in response to persecution or as a troublesome murderer interfering in the affairs of others. But if any man suffer as Hamashiach, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify the Most High Yahweh Hashem on his behalf. So if you're going to suffer for that, for doing the work of Yahweh Hashem, man, hey, you good, you straight, okay? You okay. But don't suffer as an evildoer. All right? Okay? Suffer for doing the work. Okay? Believing in Yahweh Hashem, that's what you want to suffer for, man. All right? Nothing else. Okay? So, hey, I say shalom.